Founded in 1929, Rotor is a name synonymous with football in southern Russia. An amateur club these days, in the mid-1990s, Volgograd's finest was one of the strongest teams in the Russian Premier League, twice finishing runners-up. They even enjoyed some memorable nights on the European stage, most notably against Manchester United in 1995.
Having drawn the first leg 0-0 in Volgograd, we flew to Manchester feeling confident that we would get the right result. On the pitch at Old Trafford, in that famous arena, we played a great game, which would later enter the history books. That match was a huge occasion, not just for football in Volgograd, but for the Russian game as a whole. At the end of the first half, we were leading 2-0. For their part, I think Manchester United underestimated us. In the second half, we had a hard time keeping up with them. By the end of the match, we could barely fend off Manchester United's attacks. They were relentless. Peter Schmeichel scored from a corner in the last minute. The game ended 2-2, but we qualified for the next round on away goals. Words can't even begin to describe how I felt. You needed to be there to really appreciate the emotion of the occasion. At that moment, we didn't realize what it actually meant, what we had done for football in Volgograd. How much of a lift this victory over a club as great, truly as great as Manchester United, would give to football in our city.
You may have seen that well-known photo of the whole team in the changing room after the game. I came across the photo just the other day. I don't remember who took it, but if you look at the expression on my face, I was completely stunned. The 90s was a time when everything just clicked. We had a president who lived and breathed football, and we had a good selection of players, helped by excellent coaches.
Eliminated by eventual finalist Bordeaux in the second round of that season's UEFA Cup, Rotor was soon in decline. Within a decade of that famous victory, due to financial irregularities and poor management, Rotor was declared bankrupt. Between 2005 and 2014, the club reformed several times, but bad debts have meant they've had to voluntarily fold on numerous occasions. Last season, they reformed once again as Rotor Volgograd in the fourth tier of Russian football.
I came here on April the 10th, and the team was assembled from scratch, only 2 days prior to the beginning of the new season. It was like putting a new boat in the water, setting sail, and having no idea whether it was going to go forwards or backwards. After the series of problems that plagued the club during the 2000s, and given the many changes to the squad and the lack of finances, we've had a hard time. There's been a negative attitude at times this season, because we've been playing in an amateur league. But we tried our best and only lost our very first game. After that, we won 20 matches and drew once, and ended up lifting the title. It's more than an accomplishment for me, because every coach who lives in the Volgograd region dreams of working with Rotor, as this name means a lot to us, both as a brand and a regional symbol. As for the team, I think it was quite an accomplishment for them too, because even if some people say it's only amateur football, getting promoted is still an important step for the development of the club. The second division is a whole new level of football. It's professional. We will look to maintain our status and then look to go up. Hopefully we'll be able to keep the current squad, or at least 60% of it, together. That said, I think we will need another 5 to 10 new players to strengthen the team. We need to prepare for the new season thoroughly so that it can be as successful as the previous one. Maybe this new stage that we're about to embark on will end with Rotor returning to where we want the club to be, which is a return to the glory days of the 1990s.